The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Adena Springs South, Daily Racing Form, Double Diamond Farm, Getaway Farm, Jerry Parks Insurance Group, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, Pleasant Acres Stallions, Valerie Daly of Showcase Properties, and Woodford Thoroughbred.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring a veteran turf star who joins the ranks of Grade 1 stakes winners with his determined victory in the Man O' War Stakes. We begin with Distaff turf sprinters at Churchill Downs in the Unbridled Sydney Stakes. Katie's Eyes, the 7-5 favorite. Travis Stone has the call.
Gift Receipt opens up onto that far turn, opens up to lead by 3. Fioretti left behind in second. Richie's Party Girl's third. Free as a Bird on hold from fourth by another 3. Then it's Katie's Eyes way back in fifth, about 8 lengths to make up from there. As they come off the turn, Gift Receipt floated a bit wide off that turn, holding on to a 3-length lead. Fioretti's on the outside. Richie's Party Girl toward the rail. Free as a Bird is starting to close now. 1 furlong left. Gift Receipt, tenuous leader. Richie's Party Girl far outside Katie's Eyes. But Between Horses, Free as a Bird down to the wire. Here's Katie's Eyes over the top.
Katie's Eyes scores by 1.25 lengths over Free as a Bird. Florent Giroux aboard in 56-2. The 4th consecutive victory for the Michael Stidham trainee, who was coming off a 13-1 upset in the Giants Causeway Stakes at Keeneland. The 4-year-old filly by Lawada Senemo was bred in Kentucky by Liberation Farm and Brandywine Farm. A $20,000 Keeneland November weanling and a $75,000 OBS August yearling. Katie's Eyes has earned nearly $208,000 for Ike and Dawn Thrash. Derby Dance Stallion Jerseytown, Kentucky's only Grade 1 winning miler at stud by Leading Star Spitetown. And out of the 3-time Grade 1 winning mare, Jersey Girl. More fantastic foals have arrived. Watch for Jerseytown's first yearlings selling this summer. To Woodbine for sprinting fillies and mares in the Grade 3 Hendry Stakes. Unspurned, the 9-10 favorite. Dan Loisel picks up the call.
Skylander Girl has opened up 4.5 lengths on Unspurned. Paladin Bays to the inside, third. Between Horses, Miss Mischief being scrubbed on. Then Disco Barbie checkered past. And it's Skylander Girl and Ramsamy as they turn for home. Garcia getting busy on the whimsical winner, Unspurned, as they come to the final furlong. Skylander Girl might have stolen it, still leads. Final 16th of a mile. Skylander Girl and Emil Ramsamy, open length winners of the Hendry.
Skylander Girl by Claiborne Farm Stallion Stroll takes the field gate to wire to defeat Miss Mischief by 3.5 lengths. Emil Ramsamy aboard in 1:15 flat. Skylander Girl was coming off a runner-up finish to race favorite Unspurned in the Grade 3 Whimsical Stakes. The 4-year-old filly was bred in Ontario by Acamore Stud and was a $3,500 yearling. Skylander Girl has earned $556,000. The winner is owned and trained by Alexander Patakowicz. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com.
Stroll, a Grade 1 winner by Pulpit, has been a success at stud from the start. Stroll has sired stakes winners on all surfaces, here and abroad, including a champion in his first crop.
Danlier Rose win the Mazarine Stakes.
Every year, Stroll continues to have success with his 2-year-olds, both on the track and at the sales.
Extra, sexy, hipster, 1x5.
A proven sire with miler speed, Stroll at Claiborne Farm.
In the business of breeding horses, timing is everything. Making ovulation more predictable, Sucromate Equine takes the guesswork out of scheduling breedings. Sucromate is the only FDA-approved deslorelin product indicated for inducing ovulation within 48 hours of treatment. Sucromate is safe, reliable, and results from a large field-based study show Sucromate provides a higher ovulation rate than any other product. Streamline your breeding season with Sucromate Equine.
Since 1894, Daily Racing Form has told the story of thoroughbred racing. 120 years later, Daily Racing Form continues to tell the story and now bridges the worlds of racing and breeding. Presenting the new DRF Sire-powered results tool. Access race results by sire, name of horse, track, date, age, type of race, distance, and surface. Available only at DRF Breeding.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
Combining the legacy of Kentucky with the fertile breeding ground of Florida, Woodford Thoroughbreds proudly introduces in 2014 Warfront's best son to stand at stud, multiple graded stakes winner, Sold Out, and juvenile grade 1 winner of the Hopeful Stakes, Currency Swap. Woodford Thoroughbreds, where a new generation of horse racing excellence has begun.
A Florida bred. He is not just a racehorse. He is our heart. He is our toil and sweat. He soaks up the bright sunshine, becoming mighty and strong. He feasts on our abundant grass and drinks our mineral-rich water. He is a way of life, our champion. His excellence brings us chills as he competes, inspiring us to greatness. He is our purpose, our soul. He is a Florida bred.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with coast-to-coast turf action featured in this segment. We begin with fillies and mares at Belmont Park in the Grade 3 Beaugay Stakes. Discreet Mark, the 9-5 favorite. Larry Comas has the call.
And now Discreet Mark quickens on the far turn. Everything's gone her way so far. Her lead is widening now. It's up to a 3-length advantage. Joel Rosario still waiting to pounce, though, with Radiator. After 3 quarters and 1:13 and 4, they're into the stretch. Discreet Mark by 2.5. Radiator now set down. Jay Wonder down on the inside, trying to finish fast as Photo Call on the far outside. Then it's Recepta. They're all chasing Discreet Mark. Here's Jay Wonder. Here's Photo Call on the outside. Recepta between horses. Here's the wire. Discreet Mark holds on over Photo Call.
Discreet Mark coast home by 3/4 of a length over Photo Call. John Velasquez aboard the New York bred in 142 flat. Winner of the Grade 1 Del Mar Oaks at 3, the Christophe Clement trainee, was making her first start off a nearly 5.5-month layoff. The 5-year-old mare by Discreet Cat began her career racing for her breeder, Patricia Generazio. She was acquired by Moiglar Stud Farm for $2.4 million last November. Discreet Mark has earned nearly $1,194,000. For all your insurance needs, a specialist at Jerry Parks Insurance Group is there to assist you. With 40 years of exceptional coverage. Look for Jerry Parks, John Cassie, or Kelly Weeks at the 2-year-old sales. To Santa Anita for the Grade 3 American Stakes. Brazilian champion Bao Abali, the 3-5 favorite in his U.S. debut. Trevor Denman has the call.
So they tightly grouped as they have a half-mile to go, and War Academy shows the way. Winning prize right there, second. Little Jerry on the far side, and Gabriel Charles tucked in fourth. Bal Abali is fifth, only 2 lengths off the leaders now. Home Run Kitten, then comes Telco and Enterprising. They are coming to the top of the lane. This one looks like it could turn into a cavalry charge now. Number of horses going well. Winning prize, War Academy, Little Jerry, Balabali, desperate for somewhere to go. Can Balabali get out of there? Telco on the outside, and then Enterprising. Homeward bound, Telco got first run, but Balabali now on the inside is coming home gamely. And it's Balabali on the inside, finishing powerfully. And Balabali, an impressive U.S. debut.
Bal Abali takes his U.S. debut by a length over Talco, the 3rd victory on the card for Flavian Pratt. Time of the race 1:35 3. In his first start off a nearly 11-month layoff, the former Brazilian Horse of the Year and Triple Crown winner records his 9th consecutive victory. He's the latest successful South American import for trainer Richard Mandela. The 5-year-old horse by Put It Back was making his first start for Fox Hill Farms and Sienna Farms. Bao Abali has won 12 of 13 starts and has earned $570,000. 3-year-old turf horses at Golden Gate and the Alcatraz Stakes. Sky Preacher, the even money favorite. Michael Rona has the call.
They're at the 3/8 pole, 8 lengths covering the field in the Alcatraz Stakes. The lead increasing for Sky Preacher. It's 4 lengths now. Madiba running second from Crusto. Sky Harmonic getting up along the rail. Ride Hard Cowboy splitting horses as these back markers try to mount a rally. But it's a good lead for Sky Preacher at the top of the stretch. Sky Preacher for Alex Solis by 3 lengths. Harmonic railing to second past Madiba. Harmonic starting to come after Sky Preacher, but the lead is still more than 2 lengths with a 16th to go. Sky Preacher from the fast finishing Harmonic. Sky Preacher holding on. Harmonic lunging on the outside. Photo, it's desperately close.
And let's take another look at that photo finish. It's the favorite Sky Preacher and Alex Solis trying to maintain the lead in deep stretch. But 5-1 Harmonic and Ricardo Gonzalez are closing rapidly on the outside. Both runners toting 120 pounds. But Sky Preacher holds on to take the photo by a head. Harmonic second and Ride Hard Cowboy third for a sweep by Keeneland Sales graduates. The mile on the turf in 1:36.2. Second in the Oak Tree Juvenile Turf at Del Mar at 2, the Doug O'Neill trainee records his first stakes victory. The colt by Sky Mesa was bred in Kentucky by John Oxley. A $52,000 Keeneland September yearling and an $80,000 OBS March 2-year-old, Sky Preacher has earned nearly $115,000 for Success Racing. Sky Preacher paid $4 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. Since the program began in 2009, every stallion that has participated in the Spendthrift Farm Share the Upside has produced at least one Kentucky Derby starter, including this year's runner-up Firing Line from the first crop of Line of David. Call Desmark O'Brien today to learn how Share the Upside can benefit you.
Eye-popping 108 and 4. Flat out in front. Flat out is still in front. Flat out by 3 coming down to the wire. Flat out wins, and here comes Flat Out. Who's full out? It's Flat Out to win the Cigar Mile.
Our farm is going to be primarily a service organization. We will board horses for a number of different clients throughout the United States and Canada. We will focus on breeding mares. We also will be doing sales prep, either for the yearling sales here in Kentucky or for the breeding stock sales also here in the fall and in the early winter. We stand one stallion here, Greeley's Conquest. Endeavor Farm prides itself on being able to give individual care to every animal here.
Here comes Capo Bastone with a bold late rally. Can Capo Bastone do it here? Yes, he did!
Capo Bastone with a tough customer and awfully fast on the inside. It's going to be Capo Bastone.
Capo Bastone, Grade 1 placed in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile at 2 and a Grade 1 winner at Saratoga at 3. New for 2015 at Adena Springs South.
People want to know what's so special about Ocala. Centrally located between Orlando and Jacksonville, Ocala's equine industry has many incentives to breed, raise, and train thoroughbreds. Discover Ocala. Reach out to Showcase Properties, and we'll show you why we love where we live.
Since Florida's first Kentucky Derby winner, Needles, in 1956, Florida has produced 50 national champions, the last Triple Crown winner, 13 Classic winners, 155 millionaires, memorable performances, and 26 Breeders' Cup winners. Produce your next champion in Florida.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 1 Vanity Stakes coming up in this segment. We begin with 3-year-old stakes action presented by BC2A Pace. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Pace. To Santa Anita for the Grade 3 Las Barreras Stakes. Kentuckian, the even money favorite, Trevor Denman picks up the call.
They run past the 3/8 and Giannis still in front. Giannis by a length. In second is Serbian Cyclone, and now Kentuckian moving in ominously on the far side, and here comes Kentuckian, and Kentuckian in the red cap strikes the front now, hardly been asked. Back in fourth comes Forest Blue, and behind that the Gomper is running on from behind. At the top of the lane now, and Kentuckian strikes the front and sets sail for home. The Gomper's running on in the center of the track, but it is Kentuckian clear as they come to the 16th. And it's Kentuckian and Mike Smith out here moving like a winner. Kentuckian in a procession in the Lazaro Barrera Stakes.
Kentuckian by Windstar Farm stallion Tis Now draws off to defeat Forest Blue by 6 1/4 lengths. The Gomper third for a sweep by Keeneland Sells Graduates. Mike Smith up in 1:20 4. An 11-length debut winner at Golden Gate in March, the Jerry Hollendorfer trainee finished third as the odds-on favorite when Giannis last won the San Pedro Stakes. The colt was bred in Kentucky by Stone Street Thoroughbred Holdings. Kentuckian has earned $85,000 for Fox Hill Farms. The colt was consigned by TaylorMade Sales Agency to the 2013 Keeneland September yearling sale, where he was purchased by Tom McGreevy, agent for Fox Hill Farms, for $610,000. Grade 3 Las Barreras Stakes winner Kentuckian, the Keeneland Sales Graduate of the Week. To Belmont Park for the Grade 2 Peter Pan Stakes. 2 weeks off the 9-10 favorite, Larry Comas has the call.
The half was in 46 2/5 seconds for Wolfman Rocket, who's in front by 3/4 of a length. And 2 weeks off is second as the field rounds the far turn. And then comes Tis Shady in third. Made from Lucky is being asked for more speed, and Conquest Curlinate is 5 lengths behind as the field rounds the turn. Wolfman Rocket is the leader. 2 weeks off is second, Tis Shady. Made from Lucky on the outside, and Conquest Curlinate. 3/4 went in 1:10 1, and they're coming to the top of the stretch. Wolfman Rocket and 2 weeks off turn for home together. 2 weeks off's under a hand right here. But here comes Made from Lucky on the outside with a burst of speed. Made from Lucky's taking the lead. And 2 weeks off is given way. Conquest Curlinate is gaining ground on the far outside. Made from Lucky's got it close to home. Made from Lucky has won the Peter Pan.
Made from Lucky by Ashford Stud Stallion Looking at Lucky. The winner by a length over Conquest Curlinate. 2 weeks off third for a sweep by Keeneland Sells Graduates. Javier Castellano up in 148 1. The first stakes victory for Made from Lucky, who chased American Pharaoh in his last 2 starts. Second in the Grade 2 Rebel Stakes, the Todd Pletcher trainee was a distant fourth to the Kentucky Derby winner and the Grade 1 Arkansas Derby. The colt was bred in Kentucky by RMF Thoroughbreds. A $70,000 Keeneland September yearling turned $150,000 OBS March 2-year-old. Made from Lucky has earned nearly $379,000 for Cheyenne Stables and McNichol. DRF Breeding, home of the new Sire-powered results tool. Access race results from North America. Visit drf.com/breeding for additional information. Fillies and mares at Belmont Park in the Grade 2 Ruffian Stakes. The Godolphin entry of Via Strata and Wedding Toast 3-5 in the wagering. Once again, here's Larry Comas.
And now they race for the far turn. And Via Strata continues to lead the way by 3/4 of a length. Princess Violet on the outside is second through a 46 2/2 mile. Wedding Toast is circling up on the far outside. Chez Jolie, House Rules is close, and still far behind is Maca. And it is still Via Strata, but Princess Violet draws up alongside. And these two are going to turn for home together. And Wedding Toast comes wide. House Rules is right behind Horses in fourth, and they're into the stretch. And now it is Wedding Toast and Princess Violet. Via Strata's given way. House Rules is on the far outside. Chez Jolie is next, but it's Wedding Toast. Wedding Toast and Jose Lescano are pulling away. Wedding Toast, very impressive in the Ruffian.
With entry made Via Strata setting the early fractions, Wedding Toast closes strongly to defeat Princess Violet by 4 lengths. Jose Lescano aboard in 134 4. Winner of the Grade 3 Cumley Stakes at 3 and the Miami Shores Handicap in her seasonal debut, Wedding Toast finished fourth when Princess Violet won the Grade 1 Madison Stakes. The 5-year-old mare by Street Sense was bred in Kentucky by Darley. Wedding Toast has earned nearly $645,000 for Godolphin Racing. Kieran McLaughlin trains the winner. Jose Lascano with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. To Santa Anita for the Grade 1 Vanity Stakes, with two-time champion Beholder scratched, Warren's Veneta went posted as the 1-10 favorite. Again, here's Trevor Denman.
They run to the half-mile pole and they're almost lining up now. My Sweet Addiction goes on with it. On the far side is Legacy. Warren's Veneta's come through at the rail now, right up alongside of My Sweet Addiction, and between them is Gas Total. 3/8 of a mile to go. My Sweet Addiction, Legacy on the far side. Warren's Veneta at the rail. 3 of them now, only a neck splits them. And Gas Total is still in with a shot, just looking to pick a spot to run at them. Top of the lane now, My Sweet Addiction. Warren's Veneta on the inside. Gas Total now comes after them from third. Homeward bound, and it's My Sweet Addiction. Warren's Veneta along the inside, chasing gamely as Gas Total. Any one of the 3 can win it. My Sweet Addiction. My Sweet Addiction has the better of Warren's Veneta. Gas Total on the outside, but My Sweet Addiction will win it. And My Sweet Addiction and Mike Smith have won the Vanity.
My Sweet Addiction by WinStar Farm Stallion Tis Now, the front running winner by a length over Gas Total. Mike Smith up in 149 3. Third in the Desert Stormer Stakes at Santa Anita last summer, the Marty Jones trainee was last seen taking an allowance optional claimer over the track. The 5-year-old mare was bred in Kentucky by her owner, Pamela Zebarth, and is out of the Grade 1 winning Millionaire, Healthy Addiction. My Sweet Addiction has earned $328,000. Coming up, a bargain yearling becomes a Grade 1 winner.
Goes 140 at 130.40. You get 40, you get 140, you get 130.
Down over the down 87, 90 down, down over the down 90 grand bay, 890,000 down over the down 90. 85 on a minute, now 85, what do you think? 5 here, 85,000 down over the down 5 on the minute.
I've got a to-do list and 5 acres of fresh air.
Top 3 tools: hammer, screwdriver, front loader.
Happiness is a drive-over mower deck.
A John Deere dealer can teach tractors to anybody.
In the right hands, an iMatch Quick Hitch could probably cure most of the world's problems.
That's how we run, and nothing runs like a Deere. John Deere is a proud sponsor of the Breeders' Cup.
Wholesome food that's fresh from Florida. You already know how good it is, but did you know that buying locally makes a good thing even better? Food grown here by Florida farmers doesn't need to be shipped as far. That saves fuel and cuts emissions, which helps the environment. Buying Florida-grown products creates jobs and generates revenue, and that helps our economy. Fresh from Florida. Good for the environment, good for the economy, good for you.
Since 2000, runners by Pin Oak Stallions have won some of racing's most important stakes races and include Eclipse and Sovereign Award champions. Pin Oak is home to leading sire Broken Vow, sire of over 100 stakes horses, and Sky Classic. Pin Oak also stands young graded stakes winners Cowboy Cow and Alternation. Pin Oak Stud. Stake success is our goal.
By Horse of the Year and Champion Sire.
AP-Indy surges to victory in the Belmont Stakes.
Out of multiple Grade 1 winner and Broodmare of the Year.
Take Charge Lady to win the Ashland by 5.
The hottest dirt pedigree in the world today.
But Take Charge Indy wins the Florida Derby.
Take Charge Indy, a throwback to a classic dirt pedigree. Standing at WinStar Farm.
If you have horses, you need to know about equine equipment savings. Thousands of small family farms and large equine facilities have saved millions using the Equine Equipment Savings Program. You can too. Whether it's a mower, tractor, haying equipment, or an implement that you need, be sure to call Equine Equipment Savings. All equipment is bought at your local dealer. It couldn't be easier to save. Equine Equipment Savings, the best value for your hard-earned money. Call today or visit our website. Time now for the feature Race of the Week, presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Belmont Park for the Grade 1 Man o' War Stakes. Last year's winner, Imagining, the 8-5 favorite. Here's the call by Larry Comas.
They're off in the Man o' War. And War Dancer comes out running on the lead. War Dancer to the front, Twilight Eclipse in second, and being taken back are Hyper and Imagining on the inside. Hardest Core is next, and Dynamic Sky is at the rear of the field, and he's 5.5 lengths off of dueling leaders War Dancer and Twilight Eclipse, who lead past the stands for the first time. War Dancer is the leader by a neck. Twilight Eclipse on the outside second. Hardest Core follows in third. Hyper is down at the rail in fourth, 2.5 lengths off the lead after a 24-4 opening quarter mile. Dynamic Sky is alongside of Imagining, who is now at the rear of the field. Imagining is 6 lengths off the lead as they race on the clubhouse turn, and War Dancer and Jose Lezcano are making the pace. Twilight Eclipse a length and a half behind, running in second. Hyper third to the inside of Hardest Core. Dynamic Sky is fifth, and Imagining will have to come from last if he's going to win the Man o' War again. He's 5 lengths off the lead after an easy half mile in 50 3/5 seconds. Up the backstretch here, and it is War Dancer 3/4 of a length ahead of Twilight Eclipse. And now Javier Castellano is going to bring him a bit closer and quicken the pace up the backstretch. Then it's Hyper, Hardest Core to the outside. Imagining is out of last. He's down on the inside. And Arad Ortiz Jr. riding him confidently. 4 lengths off the lead at this stage of the race. Dynamic Sky is the trailer. It's been War Dancer since the gates opened. He went 3/4 and won 15-2. And War Dancer leads the field into the far turn by a neck. Twilight Eclipse pursuing him the whole way. Second on the outside. And then it's Hyper, Hardest Core, and Imagining between those two, and Dynamic Sky. Around the far turn, it is still War Dancer. It's been War Dancer all the way so far. Twilight Eclipse draws up alongside of him, and Imagining swings up on the outside. Hyper is down toward the rail, and they're into the final furlong, and it is still War Dancer, and he's holding on to the lead. Twilight Eclipse draws even. These two come into the final 16th. War Dancer inside, Twilight Eclipse on the outside. They bob heads to the wire, and Twilight Eclipse has won the Man o' War.
Twilight Eclipse runs by War Dancer to take it by a neck. Javier Castellano aboard the Keeneland Sells Graduate in 2:14-2, a 1:04 bar speed figure. After placing against champion Main Sequence in 4 Grade 1 stakes last year, including the Breeders' Cup Turf, the bargain $1,000 Keeneland January yearling finally gets a Grade 1 victory. The Tom Albatroni trainee was coming off a close third-place finish to race favorite Imagining and the Grade 2 Pan American Stakes. The 6-year-old gelding by Purim was bred in Kentucky by Epona Thoroughbreds. West Point Thoroughbreds purchased the budding turf star privately as a 2-year-old. Twilight Eclipse has banked nearly $1,588,000. We'll recap Preakness weekend at Pimlico next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture. Online at tbredweek.com.